Hello everyone, you've reached part 8 of Halfling Warper. I'm Ultraviolent 4. In the last one we picked up our first rune of the game, the Spider rune, the Gossamer rune of Zot. We never actually ran into Shelob, so maybe she was asleep or something, I don't know. I was expecting more of a boss fight where we might have had to pull out our sword nits and try to fight the giant spider, but I don't know. Maybe she's on holiday. Could have been a day off or something, I don't know. We did a few other things. I accidentally put on this artifact chainmail, and because it's got contam on it, I guess we're kind of sticking with it. It's also not that bad. It gives us 2 points of MR and regen, which are really good, and then RLEC is a nice bonus on top of that. I don't know, you might be thinking, but hey, you're Zin and you're a Halfling. You're not going to get mutated. So why are you worrying about contam? Well, fictional viewer, the reason I'm worried about contam is because if you get contaminated from a contam item or miscasting spells or the hell effect or something like that, your protection from mutation won't help you. Yeah, you'll end up mutated anyway. So that's why. And we ended up with a bunch of good jewelry too. Speaking of which, we should have the Ring of Robustness on, not seeing this. Because we finally got into that trove. Took a long time, but we got there. 2 of them, the amulet and this ring, both have minus telly on them. So if we do in a pinch need to blink, we've got to keep in mind that it's going to take a whole turn to get there. And this ring that we're carrying around, is that because we don't have... We do have RC. I don't know why we're carrying that ring around then. We've got RLEC already. Okay, so standard thing to do now would be to head into Shoals for our second ring. We could go to Elf again, but I think we'll just go to Shoals. We're not in any huge hurry to buy things, or are we? So there's a buckler of positive energy. That would be +1 shield and a point of RN, which we don't really need, particularly because we already have one. I think we should buy these sling bullets though, because we don't have many. Alright, so now we have 25 sling bullets, cool. So yeah, we're not in a desperate hurry to get more gold, so I don't think we need to go into Elf. We'll just do Shoals. Excellent. And just before we do that, I just wanted to share with you an observation that was made by Hans. Hans said, Halfling, aka trebuchet with hairy feet. And that got me thinking, how correct is Hans? So, obviously in Crawl you have tiles that are a set space. So it turns out that when you convert these tiles into meters, and the calculation holds true for feet as well, for all you people still using freedom units. But basically, when you do that, it turns out that a full screen is just a little bit over 300 meters. So it turns out that it is very accurate. We are firing stones over 300 meters at our enemies. So there you go. It's just... it's a bit of a shame that item weight got removed from the game, so I'm not able to determine if a single stone weighs 90 kilograms. I don't know, I'd guess probably not. So let's do Shoals. We've got good MR, which helps us. 3 points, so we're unlikely to get too owned by mesmerization. And we also have the ability to go invis. So as long as we're not in water, which will give us away, most merfolk don't see invis. And there's one thing I want to do just before we actually start doing this. Our ammunition, as you've perhaps noticed, is very precious. So I really don't want to fire all our sling bullets into deep water. The way that you avoid doing that is by doing F and then dot, because that means fire at that exact tile you're aiming at. If you miss, it won't go past. See, like that. So I just hit tab there. When we missed, they ended up firing all the way up there. So it's F dot is the one that helps you not do deep water. Okay, and then we're going to set up a macro for that. The S button doesn't do anything. Why does it vibrate crazily for a second? Have I got a macro on that? I do. Oh wow. Okay, so I had a already on my Z key, S key, I had a macro to do spectral weapon. We're going to redefine that to do F dot. So now I can press S. I can think of it like a shoot key, I guess. I don't think that mofo's in deep water, but while it is in deep water, I don't want to fire at it. Okay, good. Alright, let's keep going. And something else, let's see, what's our percent? 5% chance with a siren to get mesmerized. That's not too bad. If I really cared, we could put on our ring of protection from magic. Is that better? Our other ring is giving us our poison and int +9. It's basically letting us use passage. So yeah, I think it probably is worth. Oh god, I'm pressing. What am I pressing? I'm renewing my shroud. That's not shoot. When I do this, I normally have my macro on that key. Whoops. So yeah, I keep trying to make the point and forgetting. What's my point? Right, I still have not committed to a melee weapon either. We found a demon trident last episode, as well as a rapier of electrocution. The rapier we could just train. It'd be short blades. It's our best skilled weapon type, other than slings, and it would be fine. It's not a huge amount of base damage on a rapier, but it's still sufficient. The other thing we found was a what is that thing? A demon whip, which Zin doesn't allow us to use, but we could always switch to the shining one. Say go to crypt, we'd very quickly get our piety up. We could bless it and then switch back to Zin again. So I don't know. As I tend to do in these decisions, I tend to be a bit decisive, which is not necessarily a bad thing. As long as as long as you don't wait too long. But I mean, that's the trick, isn't it? How do you know if it's too long or not? That's probably just an experience thing. We need to pull out our rapier because these guys deflect missiles, so they're very hard to hit. Great. So here comes an alligator snapping turtle. That's really bad. They can't see invis, so they bite for up to 50. It's huge amounts of damage, but let's go invis. Let's go again. Okay, we did it, and this guy just keeps blowing us. Boy. Okay. Alright, well he blew us away, so that's probably better. And now we can start, where's our exit? It's so far away, right? It's over here. We could start passaging over there. That should do the trick. Those windrakes can be very annoying. Okay, and now we can just walk. So yeah, I don't know. Resisting making a choice yet. Maybe we'll find a demon trident, and that would make me more likely to want to do the TSO plan rather than a demon whip, because oh god, we have a spectral weapon, which is much better. Please don't block the stairs. She did. Great. I would love to go invis here, but the water nymph is just going to keep hitting us with water, which is going to continually reveal us. I guess we should at least recite. Please stop watering us. Okay, we got her. We're still contaminated though. So I don't really want to go invis again. Okay, yeah, we're okay. As long as we got the javelin here, we're going to be okay. Alright, cool. So yeah, demon tridents or polearms in general are much better with spectral weapon. And I think halfling are equivalent at both. -1 maces and flails, -1 polearms. Yeah, so it doesn't make too much of a difference. Go invis again. These guys are very heavily armored in terms of AC, so it's kind of like when we're fighting the Emperor Scorpions. Except this time at least I'm remembering to go invis. Alright, we're back in vision. Got him. Alright, we've been picking up enchant weapon scrolls. Yeah, I should be using these. Let's just put them on our Festivulus. A Wand of Lightning, we don't need that. Ah, yes. There are all these things that I wanted to... These points that I wanted to make. I keep forgetting. Here's another one. It is really hard to shoehorn Shoals into a Lord of the Rings storyline. I'm not really sure how to do it. There are no merfolk in Middle Earth as far as I'm aware. I mean, merfolk are kind of like elves. They have pretty good evasion. Pretty good with charms, maybe. I don't know, it's a bit of a stretch. One fruit, one banana. Some people might tell you this is an apple. They might even scream in all caps, apple, apple, apple. But it is a banana. There you go. Ooh, okay. The satyrs are kind of scary because they can haste other monsters. Not too bad just on their own though. As long as you have enough MR to not get hexed by them, because they can put you to sleep, in which, like a dream sheep, so monsters will get stab bonuses on you. If you have something scary like one of those alligator snapping turtles around, you can very quickly die if you're being slept. Oh god, here we go again. Let's pull out our Rapier of Electrocution as we fight Drake. Oh, ID. There's nothing I really want to do. Our Wand of Flame is empty. Is it worth doing Paralysis? I guess. That's our only Hex one that we have. And we also have Train 5 Evocations, which is more than the 0 I normally do. So let's do that. Do we have Recharging? No. Only if we bought one. I would love to recharge our Wand of Acid after we wasted all of our shots trying to kill Emperor Scorpions. But we don't have any. Also, this avatar is going super ham with all the drowned souls. She got us. I'm using my macro to target her tile so we don't waste rocks. Hey, sling bullets. We gained 14, nice. Yeah, oh, we gained 13 more. We got 50. Shoals is actually pretty good for sling bullets. As long as we see... Why do we keep getting teleport traps? As long as we see some fawns, which we haven't yet, we might end up with plenty. Why are there so many windrakes everywhere? Oh god. Please don't blow us off the stairs. I kind of want him to come to us good so we can take him up. Yeah, because it's much safer if we can just fight him without getting blown around. Okay, recite. Pew, pew, pew. Here we go again. This is one of the most windrakey Shoals 1 to 3 I think I've ever seen. There are some vaults where you get lots, I'm not counting those. If you're flying, by the way, when you see those windrakes, you should land. They get, their airstrike gets 150% damage if you happen to be flying. Oh, she hit us with the 5%. Although I don't know if it really is 5%. It's like the time that we learnt that 0% does not mean 0%. Who was that one? I don't remember which character, but one of them. Book of Changes. Okay. Zin really hates transmutations. He'll let you use sticks to snakes, apparently. I'm kind of surprised. But all the forms he won't. You see, basically appendage is red. So yeah. But definitely not being a transmutations person. And Halfling's really bad at it anyway, -4. Just gotta be true to what you are. More gloves for strength. No demon tridents yet. How are we going for skill levels? Okay. From memory, we've got a couple of targets on. We're training armor and dodging to 15. And then I said I was going to train some more translocations. But in actuality, I think I'd like to train spectral weapon. Maybe. I don't know. We still haven't made the weapon choice, so I guess I can't say yet. Book of Enchantments has deflect missiles in it. Also has silence in it. I like both of those. Silence is not very synergistic with Recite. I'll admit that though. I'm going to drop it for now. If we're going to be doing one of those, or either of those really, it'll be a fair way in the future. Because, so we want to train hexes and charms for spectral weapon. And then we'd have to train air magic as well, if we wanted to do those spells. We're going again. Hey, we can actually do spectral weapon. No, we can't. Oh, yeah, we can. Why are there windrakes everywhere? Hey, here we go. The fawn's shooting, but he's only got stones, not sling bullets. Still useful. Sweet. Gotta be a bit wary of the fawns when they have a saddle with them. $88 stones. Feels good, man. Okay, let's get back to land so we can invis. Can we preach at turtles? No. I expected not. I think I may as well just use the sling bullets. They've got 2 extra damage on them. Oh, so that really hurt. Okay, good. Wait, did we kill him? Yeah, we did. Okay. Quick check. Have we ever seen portal projectile? No. I would love to get portal projectile. Dodging to 15, it turned off. It works. I still don't entirely trust the skill thing, but seems pretty reliable. Book of Air. Swiftness. Is that free? Kind of. No, I'm just going to keep the spell levels. We've got passage to use in a pinch. We probably don't need swiftness. Alright, Shoals 4. This is where all the fun begins. And what a fun beginning to it. Okay, we'll just try to dance these guys up. Stair dancing Shoals 4 is kind of scary because of how many things can mess with your positioning. We've seen the windrakes already, but there are also... You can get mesmerized, you can get netted, you can get barbed potentially, you can get... what are those guys called? Acromancers can hit you backwards off the stairs as well. There's a lot of stuff that makes stair dancing quite scary. Yeah, there's a windrake. Speak of the devil and he doth appear. It's difficult to stair dance harpies because they have batty movement. So most of the time, yeah, none of them want to come up. Oh, I keep doing it. You renew your shroud, you renew your shroud, you renew your shroud. Yeah, okay. Can we walk back to the stairs? Apparently not. Please, guy. Oh, yeah, teleport trap. That was next level. Are we allowed to eat harpies? No, apparently they're intelligent. Who knew? Oh, we did it. Good. But we can eat windrakes. Alright, we have a wand of digging. Actually, it's only got 7 charges on it and we don't have any more recharging, so I guess we won't do that. I was going to say, one way to use a wand of digging here in Shoals is to dig out the corners of these huts, so you can fight them going back towards the stairs but also standing on land rather than having... Sometimes the entrances in are on water, and water is more dangerous to fight in, or it is most of the time. You don't get water penalties for your sling or any ranged thing, so it's kind of a little bit broken. But you still move slowly when you're in water. We got another apple. This is a banana. Wait, no. I don't know. I keep getting the meme wrong. I think from memory we don't have anything we want to use enchant armor on. True. I mean, we could. We're not struggling for AC at all. We have 36 already, so I don't mind just dropping these bad boys. Oh, we can carry them. I know we dropped one somewhere, but when we get something that we actually want to keep, like maybe, I don't know, we'll find a helmet with +3 int on it, or something like that, then we'll enchant that up. Or Boots of Running. I mean, not asking for much, but Boots of Running would be really good. We're going to invoke Invis because we saw Ilsu and her band. None of those guys, except for Aquamancers, see Invis. Ilsu herself went Invis. We can tell where she is, but we're still more likely to miss her, so let's just put see Invis on. We should also be preaching at her. We're coming back into view. Hey, there's our demon trident. Oh, what am I doing? I'm firing our rocks into the deep water. This is where I really wish we had whatever that thing is called. What is that thing called? What's the thing called? Portal projectile, so we could actually shoot Ilsu from behind all her stuff. Alright, this is getting sketchy. I could dig back through here and hope to fight them one at a time, but if this behind us is a hut, I might be opening it to a whole another room full of enemies. We don't really have any good way to hit her either. If we had Wand of Acid, we could try to shoot over this guy, but we don't. How about we just... Okay, we got lucky. And I think... No. I'm tossing up if I want to put our Ring of Our Poison back on. Because the Demon Trident on that Impaler is Venom. But I think keeping C Invis is probably better. So we'll take this slowly. Oh, we just got nailed by a shard of ice briefly. Can we just keep digging? Yeah, okay. Well, Ilsu jumped in front of us, so we can actually hit her here. Let's recite again. And I like how if she stepped to us, then the Impaler could help. But because she is standing back there and attacking, he's completely useless. So that's kind of her. Alright, let's take this slowly. We've only got 75 HP. Done. Let's avoid the Aquaments are good. So Demon Trident of Venom. I think that makes me want to do the Shining One plan. Because then we could get a Trishula. And it's similar. So what's that thing called? A Demon Whip only requires 12 skill, whereas this is 14. So it's a little bit more, but the Spectral Weapon with Polearm benefit is very real. Did I pick it up? I don't remember. We should have our... We'll do it in a sec. Yeah. If we don't have that ring on with Wizardry and +9 int, our passage goes to 26% and red. Alright, so let's get the Demon Trident. We can't carry that many items. I guess we just come and get it when and if we want it. Or we could drop a Book of Fire, which I'm not sure why we're carrying around. We go all in on the ignition plan. The chainmail ignition plan. Sounds legit. There's an Impaler in there with a Demon Trident of Lek. That made me really excited until again I remembered that we can't use a Demon Trident. So its brands are effectively irrelevant. We only care about... Can we go invis, please? There we go. We only care about the enchantment rating. We also have RLX, so we're not really bothered by him having it. Not in the deep water. Let's try... oh, I never actually ended up picking it up. Okay, let's try this. Oh, we can't wield it with a shield? What? Okay. This is what I mean where I said every time I check this, the answer is different. Because I know that I have 1 Halflings with Demon Tridents and shields. Let's have a look. So I want to do log me Halfling 1 minus 2, maybe? I think it's this game. Not that game. I thought there was something I could do by pressing an up or down arrow that would repeat the previous command. Someone told me that anyway, but it doesn't seem to be the case. I guess, or you could just believe me. Oh, why am I clearing the level map? That's odd. -3 maybe? I don't know. All these ones have just have great slings. Yeah, okay. So this was a Halfling. This was in November 2016, so less than a year ago. And this had a Demon Trident and a shield. So yeah, every time I check, the rules change for this. So apparently we can't use a Demon Trident with a shield. Do we care about that? Maybe we just... Our shield is giving us 7 shielding. It's actually not that amazing. Maybe we give up the shield. 7 shield to have a Demon Trident with Spectral Weapon. Yeah, we'll do it. Why not? Okay, so we need to test these. You can wield them. Zin won't get angry as long as you don't attack with them. And then, where was the other one? It was down here somewhere. I don't actually know. Where did we leave the Demon Trident? Over there, okay. +1, okay, so that one's better. But for now we can use the buckler. That's an Oclob plant. I guess we kill it. Cool. An Oclob plant guarding a Trog altar. See something new every day. Tried to throw a net at us. Something that I learnt relatively recently, not the One Ring. If you get netted, it is optimal to try to blink out of the nets because then you don't break them. And then you can collect the net. Whereas if you break out of the net, you lose it. What don't we want? I guess let's just eat the meat ration. Get out of the deep water. Oh, okay, we were on land in invis, and then the tide came in and made us come back into view, and I didn't notice. Whoops. Well, we didn't die a bit. That was pretty poor play on my part. We are trying to pick up what? What are we trying to pick up? I think we can lose the longsword knits. You were broken. Look at that. You glow with a cold blue light even without orcs. What stones? Goodbye, knits. All these merfolk who keep hanging out in water. I mean, who would expect that? The merfolk are in the water. Wait, didn't we decide these were elves? I don't know. Reach level 19, sweet. That was bad, Auto Explorer, because we cleared this room, but then the Auto Explorer didn't take us in to look, first of all, for any sweet loot, like this glowing cloak, but also for the room. It's +2 invis. We're better off just having cold resistance. We've got plus invis anyway on our ring. Oh no, it's on our amulet, isn't it? Yep, that's right. More demon tridents. Turns out this is a very demon trident filled Shoals floor. You're usually pretty happy if you get 1 or maybe 2, but I think we've seen 3 now. Alright. This is we gotta take our shield off, our buckler off. +1, okay, so it's no different. I'm just waiting off the contamination so that we'll be ready to go invis again in the next fight. Okay, there's a food shop. Not that I was ever worried, but we're definitely not starving to death now. Another rune blowgun. Huh. Also +4. That's crazy. Okay, well I think we found our rune room. So a whole bunch of high level merfolk in here. Let's passage back to the land. One, it makes space. Creating a passage requires sufficient empty space. I don't know what that means because we have plenty of empty space. What are you talking about? How bizarre. Okay, so now we can go invis again. And we can recite. Alright, that's better. And we probably should kind of back up, so even though these guys can't see invis, or anyone who's not the Aquamancer can't see invis, they can still guess where we are. We're back into view. Let's step around the corner so we're not having them all hit us at once. These guys can do a lot of damage. Alright, we're good. Let's see. I'm trusting the Auto Explorer to take us in. It did. Oh man, I don't want to... The Kraken will only sit in deep water. I really don't want to waste our stones on it, but I don't see what we do other than... I know what we do. Let's passage in. Requires sufficient empty space. You can put it on all these tiles. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, game? Game, what's wrong with you? There are 3 different tiles here that you could pick to put the passage on. What is happening? I know what's happening. We're getting assaulted by Kraken tentacles. Anyway, what I'm trying to do is passage behind it, apport the rune, and then passage back out, but Apparently passage is broken. Normally, we've got 2 tiles of land here. Yeah, it should work like that. And now what I'm going to do is put a new one. What is wrong with you, passage? You have all these different tiles you could choose. What? They can go in water, right? So odd. Alright. Well, I messed this up actually. Yeah, I thought that might happen. We need to go... Okay, that did work. So we grab the rune, we jump in our passage and we get back out, okay? And that way we don't have to waste our precious, precious stones killing the Kraken. And we'll just loot the rest of the floor. We want to go invis against the snapping turtle. Sweet. That was with stones too, not even with the sling bullets. What was that? Was that an execution? Oh, a battle axe, okay. I thought that was a executioner's axe. Alright, so that's our Shoals done. So we've got 2 rooms, that's pretty sweet. What happened there? I also saw Zin was no longer ready to cure all your mutations. So one thing that happens when you get to full piety on Zin, 6 piety, you get a one-time only offer to cure all your mutes. Although being Zin and Halfling were unlikely to get many mutes in the first place. Alright, I think we're going to go back to Elf. We can go either into Elf or into Vaults. We started off already doing Elf, so I feel like maybe we should go back there. Just check our shopping list. What's here that we might want? None of these really. Although actually, I lied. Enchant weapon scroll is very good. We'll take our Vestibulus up to +8. Yeah, let's get that. Not really worried about the brown weapon scroll. I mean, we could use it on the Vestibulus. Unless we got Venom, it would probably be better. Because if we're going to go the Demon Trident route, then we don't care at all about brown weapon because it's going to be Holy Wrath. Well, we don't have to decide now anyway because after buying that we don't have enough anyway. Alright, back to Elf. I thought that might have been a leftover stone from us. There's a scroll of acquirement, and I think we just get this enchant weapon scroll straight away. Go to +9. Okay, so our Vestibulus is at max enchantment now. So now any additional enchant weapons we find should be going on the Demon Trident. Alright, I can just hit tab now. Yes, I'm no longer worried about deep water. Oh, not the One Ring. This might be a game where I actually go do the Hall of Blades. Because I mean, we're still not 100% committed to this Demon Trident thing. Also, these deep elf archers are really annoying. They repel missiles, but at this stage, because they're much less dangerous to us, I don't mind just sitting there and shooting 100 times with our sling. Azel, if you don't have our poison, terrifying. If you have our poison and enough MR to not get slept, she is usually fine. I should probably pay her some respect though and quiver the sling bullets. Yeah, she still does hurt. And she's highly evasive, so we ended up killing the hand axe behind her, even though we were shooting at her. It's also easier when Zin, oh, this is so many of those dudes. But Zin's confusing them all. So our invocations are a lot higher than the last time we were here. Oh, wow. This looks like the perfect recite time. This also looks like the perfect immolation time. So these front dudes have been paralyzed, which means they can't keep chasing us. So if we immolate now, this is going to be epic. Just got to watch out that these guys don't blink on us because we don't have any RF. That is true. Okay, let's do it. This is perfect. Let's just end this episode with a bang. Yeah, we'll really read it. I didn't even have to shoot. Oh, that's sick. Okay, and we need to get away from this elf though. I don't want to get blown up. Man, too good. Against there's an invis one shooting us, but against all these random elves, they can't see invis, so we could do that. This one can. Wearing a ring of sea invis, outplayed. Totally outplayed. We are on fire right now. I mean, literally on fire right now. We've only got 5 digging, but this is kind of sketchy because we've got all this stuff between us, and the High Priest can hit us with damnation as well as just smiting us. So I don't really like him just... Yeah, that's the damnation. I don't really like him just sitting back there doing that. I'm gonna passage away. We're gonna passage away. Round 2. And let's just casually warp to the exit. The High Priest isn't fast in any capacity, so he's not gonna catch us. That's the one we care about. Alright, round 2. There he is. Alright, I think we're okay. I freaked out then when I saw the elect bolt and the damnation, but we have our elect, so it's not too scary. Yeah, as long as we got the High Priest, we're gonna be okay. A-okay. How much is this large abomination hits for up to 40? That's a lot. But we got extra piety out of that, so thank you for doing that, whichever elf you were who did. Oh, Demonologist, start backing up. Good. They're unlikely to banish us. We have 3 MR, but they can always make fiends. Cool. On to Elf 2. Oh, we hear distant wind. I don't want to do that. That's the Desolation of Salt. It's right here. It is so scary. That place is pretty insane, actually. There's so much synergy with the monsters. You get convokers that pull everything in. There's one that barbs you so you can't run. There are guardian serpents, so you get stuff blinked on you. And then you have other ones that do additional damage the more guys that are surrounding you. So it just can go really nuts really quickly. Plus the clouds make you lag a lot, so it's also kind of annoying. So we're not going to do that. We might do the Hall of Blades though, but I'm going to stop that here. So if you want to see that, come back next time. We'll do Hall of Blades, we'll finish off our elf, and then I was going to say we might go into Crypt, but we can't find Crypt unless we go into Vaults. So I guess we'll go into Vaults. See you next time.